Right now it's time for the introduction to HireMee. Can I please call the founder of HireMee, Mr. Chocko sir, to please talk about HireMee and enlighten us.
Very good afternoon to you, good morning to you all. It's indeed great to have all of you here on a Monday morning. Respected Mr. Talwar, Director of Technical Education, Mr. Parasuraman, Deputy Managing Director for Toyota, Kirloskar, Mr. K. Ravi, President FKCCI, Mr. Shanmugam Nagarajan from 24/7 AI, Mr. Bhotiraj from the Director of Technical Education, Mr. Krishnan, my dear educational colleagues and industry colleagues. So I call both industry and educational institutions colleagues because the idea of HireMee actually came about sitting on these two platforms. So one is to run an educational institution with 10,000 students in a fairly a two-tier town, three-tier town called Salem, Sona College of Technology and Tyagaraja Polytechnic. So in spite of being tier one institutions, we have challenges in terms of attracting corporates. And the other side, we have the industry where we have to go to several colleges. So it's indeed great to have all of you here and my dear colleagues and friends from across here. So that's how the idea of HireMee came about. So we said the basic thing about HireMee is to discover your talented diamonds. So, I mean, in Tyagaraja Polytechnic, we place about 1,000 students a year. And in Sona College, again, 1,500 students a year graduate. And and similarly, in B Technologies is a IT services company that I run. So we hire about 1,300, 1,400 a year. And so looking at on both sides, we've been having challenges. So, and that's how we decided, though being so if you look at the educational platform today, how the college determines the student. So when I say the college determines the student, if you're in a good college, your chance of getting placed is 1:10. If you're outside this, your chance of getting placed is 1:5,000. So if you apply to Infosys, they say that we get 5,000 applications and we select one if you apply outside. But if they come to the campus and do a campus, can everyone hear me? Yeah. So the chance of getting is 1:5,000. So the idea being, we are trying to get from within that 5,000 to get talented diamonds. Because if you have the traditional system today, Abdul Kalam wouldn't have been discovered. So this is Abdul Kalam distributing papers, as you see here. This is what Ashok Leyland told us. They said, this HireMee will discover more Abdul Kalams in rural places. So that is what we are trying to do today. So we are flipping the model and we are saying where the student is, we need to shine out. So that's how we approach DTE, and we said that we want to promote this. So if you see within India, there is India today and then there's Bharat. So there's a big disconnect between both. And if you take Karnataka, we did an assessment in a small town in near Tumkur in Gubbi, and we found that there were about 3 to 5 talented diamonds. So in a traditional scale, they would not have got salaries of more than 1 lakh. But having gone and discovered them, we felt that they can easily get double or triple the salary. 2 to 3 lakh salary is available. So these kind of talents are available. So if you go around today, there are a lot of domestic opportunities coming in the Indian IT market. So this, for example, is a student called Ram. And the most talented, most fair assessment system today is Chartered Accountancy exam. Everyone will understand. Like, CA exam is the most competitive exam across India. And this boy Ram is a topper in CA. And where does he come from? He doesn't come from a metro tier 1 town or tier 2 town. He comes from a town which is less than 1 million in rural Tamil Nadu. So similarly, an auto driver's daughter topped the last year's CA exam. So this is again in a rural area in Maharashtra. So talents are not in metros or anywhere, but industry scouts for talents in metros. That is another big thing. So, and then again, there is no common assessment exam. Now you have a lot of private universities and things like that. So there is no fair assessment from an industry perspective. And because there's a lot of gap between what an academician testing, like all of us do in our colleges today, and when the industry tests. So the HRD minister of the country says 40% of the engineers get jobs. And congratulations to Karnataka, their latest assessment news, they say that the Bangalore students are the most highly employable. So that's congratulations to the government for achieving that. And but this is a campus recruitment drive. So this is actually students who have joined our company. And please look at this. These are successes. How many failures are there? As a nation today, we are generating a nation of failures. The most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, we are generating failures. Why am I saying that we are generating failures? Because when any industry goes to recruit, do they hire majority or do they hire minority? If there are 100 students appearing for an examination, for an industry interview, how many students succeed? 10%? 5%? So how many failures are there? 90%, 80%. So last month, I was addressing the CII higher education panel, and the speaker before me was a lady from the Indian Institute of Management, and she was talking about academic papers. So one of the questions the audience asked, how do you handle rejection? As a professor, when I apply for certain conference speaking or something, or a journal, and it gets rejected, how do you handle rejection? Her answer was, for 1 week, I don't answer emails. I don't look at my emails. So if a professor from Indian Institute of Management cannot handle rejection, and 1 week she shuts off her email, how do you expect a student? How do we expect our students to be? So I have personally seen handling placements in my college for over 4 years, students getting demoralized as a result of the failures. So if you look, I went to the internet and searched a thing called Quora. So this is what a student writes, which is very, very true, whatever I'm saying. He says he went to Amazon. Amazon package is 7 lakhs, so a lot of students are interested to go. But the 2 more companies visited, I was not able to handle rejection. So and it's not one rejection, ladies and gentlemen. There are 20, 30. The average student writes about 20, 30 interviews before they succeed. And these are opportunities where campuses are coming and recruiting. So in a lot of our institutions, campus recruitment does not happen. So how do they reach out is the question. So what we are saying, don't worry, HireMe is here. Because what HireMe is planning to do this year, and we are on the path to doing, for clear indication, we are going to do 1 million assessments across the South India right now this year. And from there, we are telling the corporates, please use HireMe to discover your own talented individual. So, and this is how it works. The student goes and registers themselves. So we are not asking any detail which the student does. If the student does not want to give a detail, it's fair enough. But these are details which we think the industry wants, because we have done a survey across different industries, and they tell us that they need a GPA, they need scores, 10 standard, 12 standard marks and things. That's the way they cut off. They said, I need first class in 10 standard, 12 standard, and no arrears. That's the policy of our industry. So we are not here to redefine how an industry does, but we are here to redefine and be a catalyst in bringing the students to the industry. And and then they have, another interesting thing is they put 20-second clips here. Because of the internet, we are not using it. So they use 3 20-second clips. So 1 minute of video. So they do 20, 20, 20, 3 20-second videos. And after that, we come to the colleges and conduct an assessment. And this is where I should thank the entire department of Director of Technical Education and the entire department. So we have signed the MOU with Mr. Talwar sir and the team, and we are happy to say that we would do this assessment free of cost in all the colleges. And this is something which is there in the MOU with DTE, with same thing with AACT and all the other colleges we are signing. It is a total free of cost package that we want to give the students, but not only students, we are also extending it to the corporates. So these skills are being tested, and there is no pass or fail. So it's only an assessment. So you can assess. And the Government of India in the Swayam platform, they have also given us access to put in an employability gap analysis. So before, in the second year, if it's a diploma student, or a third year in engineering, or a second year for a degree student, they can get an employability gap analysis by taking a test, and then figure out where they are, so that they are able to prepare themselves and come for a final exam in the final year. And so what is it that we get? The cost of exams are about 1,400 rupees a student is what our competition is charging. So 1,400, 500, 600. So whereas the total, if you add the cost of logistics and things like that, it will again add up to that cost. So if you take a BPO company, visiting 500 colleges, conducting 300 exams to recruit 1,400 students, what is the cost required to recruit 1,000 students? For an engineering company, it's a Tier 1 Deming Award winning company. They visited 50 colleges. They conducted 30 exams, and they recruited 20 students. So when to this the automobile company, I asked them, does it mean that talent exists only in these 50 colleges? We are going to 7,000 colleges. We are taking all the students, and that's how we are democratizing recruitment. Because by 7,000 colleges, you can get a much better idea of who the diamonds are. And we are doing this on a total free of cost model, and we believe in karmic pricing. So if you look at it, this is from the industry standpoint. So the industry person enters in. So we have people from the industry here. So this is what they would register themselves and say what type of students they're looking at. Are they looking at BA, BCom, things like that, agriculture or analytical? What are the areas they're looking at? And the key thing is they can put in the figures in the center screen. You can see how much of verbal aptitude do we need for that job. So each job role you can keep changing. So if you're looking at a marketing person, maybe verbal aptitude is high, quantitative aptitude may be low, but because they don't do that, or logical reasoning, they don't do that. But if you're looking for an engineer, a design engineer, then maybe logical, technical, these things may be a higher score. So depending on that the app throws out these students. And this can be done on a computer. This can be done literally on your mobile phone. So HireMee app is available both on the iOS as well as the Android. And so you can literally start recruiting right from your mobile phone. And then once you like the students shown are above the criteria you're looking for, that means the 1 million is there in the back, but they've selected, and these are the students which come out to and show up to you. And we have a big team of 500 professors from all leading colleges across India who are setting question and answers. And so we follow the Bloom's taxonomy level, and this aptitude is set up, and it's being advised by Sandhya Chintala from NASSCOM, who's the head of the Sector Skill Council for IT and ITES. And so she's advising us on that. And plus we also have an industry academic council which advises on different ways, both from the industry as well as the academia side, on how do we go across, what is the gap, what is it required. And so this is what you would see.
graduation in Global Academy of Technology in Electronics and Communication Department. My hobbies are I like sketching, painting, and I practice yoga daily.
So if you like her, you can take the next 20 seconds. If you again consider, you can take the next 20 seconds. So in 1 minute, you can then go to this screen and say select or reject. So select or reject doesn't mean that that's how you automatically come in. Then your second round of interview starts, or that's how your current system. So we're not here to modify the system, but we're here to improve the system and make sure that you can, and then the message goes, you can then type out a message saying that I have a Skype interview, I have a pooled campus drive, I have whatever you want. So we are the catalyst to bring that across. So, and what is it that we get? You know, everyone asks, if you are a free model, what is it that you get? So what we are trying to do is, for the first time in India, we say that we are looking at karmic pricing. So we want good karma to go across, because the India we are sitting in a employment time bomb. It's because every 1 month, 1 million new kids are coming into the job market. Every 1 month, one tingalike 10 laksha jana employment market, they're coming in. So what does it mean? Every day 33,000 jobs. Every day 33,000 jobs. That means between now and now, one job needs to get created. Between now and now, 2 seconds, one job needs to get created. That is that's the plight of that's the scale that we all need to grow up to. So we need platforms like HireMe to start generating jobs. So that's one of the reasons why we say that we tell the student who gets a job through HireMe, we tell the student, please go teach your next friend, neighbor, student how they got HireMe. If a company is recruited through HireMe, we say, see, we're giving it to you free of cost. Please go tell your neighbor, your other colleague in another industry, saying that please come out and start recruiting through the HireMe platform. So we are looking at the karma of getting good jobs, and that's the karma that we want to spread around. So the government of India is also looking at the Make in India platform. So, and this is not 1 million jobs for not 1 year, but for the next 15 years. And this is adding to the current unemployment, which is already existing, this million a month. So that is the scale of what we are looking at. So the AACT chairman wanted to be here, but the Prime Minister has called him. So he has asked me to play this video on the MOU signing.
15 lakh students. I think it's a big challenge to provide internship to all of them. So, and if you say that it is mandatory and without that you will not get degree, probably it will become more difficult. And so, on one side, this challenge was there. Second side is institution which is in a rural area, they would have more difficulties. Because this institution located in, say, Delhi or Noida or Pune or Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai, they will somehow manage to have some internship opportunities. But in the same states, those who are in the remote areas, in those colleges, I think students will be found wanting. The college principals also will find it difficult. And that's why we were having a little bit doubt what will happen if we do this. But we said we'll jump into the spray and see what will happen. And thankfully, within 15 days of this announcement, we started getting emails, calls from different, lot of entrepreneurs who are there in the country who said that we have this, we have that, why can't we sign an MOU? And I think today we see Mr. Chocko is here. HireMe, he came forward and he said that we have provided 1 million jobs. You know, it's not small things. So that's how they are trying to do it, and that's true for institutions from rural areas. So that was very exciting. So we did this signing MOU. There was a lot of grilling, a lot of presentations. We also checked many things, and then finally we have come. So those who are coming on board now must be really like gold and not silver. Now they are gold rated companies. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to make it.
Yeah, so that was, he had asked us to play that because the Prime Minister has given them an assignment based on the new, you would have seen last week there was a lot of action, so he's been asked to come back to Delhi. So he had an event in Madhya Pradesh and he's had to cut short that and go across. And we also, Minister Barkara, Minister may be coming, so we wish him a speedy recovery, so he's something, so hopefully he should be here. So if he's going to the assembly, he said he will definitely come before, if he's able to go to the assembly. In conclusion, so what we are looking at is to generate 100,000 jobs. And how we are going to do this is to a team of 1,000 people, 500 professors, and then team of 500 across. And we are going to be assessing 7,000 colleges this coming year, and total assessing about 1 million students. So what we want to do is to have all of you go and take this thing, spread the message of HireMe as a recruitment platform, and have more and more students to start enrolling it. And we want it to become a way where the country is able to leverage on recruitment platforms to generate a new future for these students. And so I personally want to once again thank the entire DTE team, as well as our other universities in Karnataka for VTU and the other universities for signing up along. And we do have corporates here. Thanks for coming here, and would love to work more with you in terms of enabling your assessments and be your partner in terms of recruitment. So I thank our friends from the industry. We have the Chamber President, Mr. Ravi. Thank you, sir, for coming. We have Mr. Nagaraj from 24/7, who's also a big recruiter in the ITES industry. And then we have Mr. Parasuraman from Toyota Kirloskar, a reputed company as well. And and we hope that more and more nationally, and then I do see my friend from Zodiac Aerospace here as well. So I hope they can start recruiting in Germany and France as well. So so again, thanks a lot for this. And if there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer this. And thank you, Sir Talwar, sir. And then thank you for the director, for deputy director, and the entire team, and everyone for being here. Thank you.